Man, what does it mean for your outlook as it pertains to the college football playoff? You look at the selection principles. Now, this seems like a moving target because it is a different committee every single year. You look at strength of schedule, you look at head-to-head competition, but really what it comes down to is what does this committee really value this year? And it seems like some of it is the eye test, maybe more than some might like. Some is the comparative metrics and strength of record and all of the rest. Unavailability of key players and coaches will also
has that problem.
Has a effect. Well, yeah, that's why some of these buys are so important, by the way.
Yeah.
So here is what we have predicted to be the bracket come tomorrow on Selection Sunday. We have decided to put James Madison in at the 12 spot ahead of an ACC champion and a 5-loss Duke. We have also put Tulane down there at the 11th spot. So let's go ahead and talk
let's not forget,
yeah.
we have Indiana as the #1 team now, right, at the top. I know people aren't paying attention to it that much, but when you have a 1-2 matchup, some things do change. So you're going to see Ohio State more than likely drop to that 3 spot, maybe 2, but I think they'll probably end up at the 3, Georgia at the 2. Matter of fact, I do feel like this would switch. You think Ohio State would end up at 2, and then?
I actually think it's probably better off this way.
Yeah.
Better off this way? Okay, so that's how we have it. Texas Tech at 4, and then we go the rest of the way. Oregon at 5.
Honestly, it works out better for them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably how you want it, right? Okay, so we're going to go through this. Oregon versus James Madison. We've done this every single time. Oregon is honestly sitting in the best position in the college football playoff. You got this week off. You're going to get the 12 seed to come to your home stadium and play them. You're set up great in that situation.
No doubt.
Notre Dame, Oklahoma. Who do we like here? And we're saying Notre Dame is in because Alabama lost. Alabama more than likely going to drop 1 spot, and therefore Miami will be left out for this reason. Miami and Notre Dame will not be next to each other to be compared to each other for that head-to-head. Now, if we were in a situation, let's say Alabama lost close, they could have stayed at that 9 spot. Then if you have Notre Dame and Miami next to each other, more than likely that head-to-head will come into effect, but it hasn't come into effect here. And as much as we want to say Notre Dame is going to be out, I think we all agree that they're a team that can win the college football championship.
I agree with that, and I think, too, they just match up well against Oklahoma, and really it just depends on can Notre Dame run the football effectively. If they can, I do think that they can win this football game on the road.
Tulane and Ole Miss played earlier this year. I believe the score in that game was like 45-10.
Yeah.
So now they're going to play potentially again and probably expect more of the same, right?
The biggest question mark really is just like, does the rhythm of the offense change, right? With Charlie Weiss Jr. calling the plays alone by himself, right, in this role, and just the management of the game, right? And now the game being called through a defensive mindset instead of an offensive mindset as a whole. So keep that in mind. Ole Miss, though, is the better team on both sides of the football.
Really quick.
Go ahead.
Question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
We do have some time to talk about this. There are quite a few coaches on these teams that have already accepted other jobs, right? When you talk about Chesney, James Madison.
A little less drama than the other one.
Situation. Talk about Tulane and Ole Miss. That's both.
Brian Hartline.
Brian Hartline at Ohio State. Which one is the most concerning to you, or which one do you have the most question marks about, going forward?
As far as just who can kind of keep themselves composed through all this stuff?
Yeah,
that's a great question. It's
their OC's gone too.
Yeah, so. I mean, and he's gone. Yes. So that's a huge question mark. There's no doubt about that.
That's a great nugget.
It might be mine.
People aren't really thinking about as well.
I think it would be Oregon.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Will Stein's definitely high up on that list because we know that he's been the one that's really kind of made all of that work offensively with his creativity and just his communication with the quarterback play.
Well, Hartline's a sneaky one too. We'll talk about. We got a whole reaction show.
It's a great point.
I'm still in the YouTube chat. Go ahead and jump in. Some people are saying Notre Dame is trash. Some people are making a case for Vandy. And all right, so
Notre Dame is not trash.
Ohio State's trash.
And BBD, right? So Bama is in. They know no one will ever play in the SEC Conference Championship again if they leave one of those 2 teams out. Plus, we beat Georgia once this year. Yes, exactly. That's a point we were making earlier in the show. So thank you for jumping in the conversation. Now we got Alabama versus Texas A&M. After seeing how Alabama played today, do we feel confident in them beating A&M?
No.
After all that talk about Alabama gets in, are they going to get knocked out on the road?
I will say this is a good matchup for Alabama. It is. They can beat Texas A&M. They really can. Ty Simpson will be able to drop back and throw the football, I think, a little bit. Now, It's still a tough task for them offensive line-wise, right, for the defense of Texas A&M and just their front. But it is a good matchup for them. I'm still going with Texas A&M. They're the safer pick right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see these two teams play for a third time in the season.
It's possible,
Alabama
though. I'm
versus-
telling you, that's a very good matchup for Alabama, and they can
Let me see.
very
Does
easily.
anybody else
the,
feel different here in the chat?
The committee tries to avoid like rematches, but to your point, like
Alabama's going to be able to score on them. That's the thing.
no
So
doubt.
they're going to be able to
do we
score.
take Texas A&M to win this one?
Yes, I'm going to go with Texas A&M for right now.
I'll take
yes.
the home team there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So quarterfinals have always been a movie every single time we've done this. For everyone that's been with us every single week, we thank you.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe,
It's
please.
Texas Tech. It's Texas Tech all the way against Oregon. I think they're the better football team. I think that defense is legit, and I think they can stop the Oregon run game.
Bringing up the Will Stein point, I completely forgot about that. Such a great point by you, and I think that will end up playing a factor here. I'm going to go ahead and go like this
Yep.
because more than likely, I think we're all going to go with Indiana here.
I'm going with Indiana as well after what
we
I
just
saw today.
Yeah.
Yes.
After what the way that they were able to kind of contain that run game.
It's legit.
Of Ohio State, first team to really give that explosive offense.
Different running
That's what I
approach
was
here,
gonna say.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about like the best running back
Right.
in the country versus Bo Jackson, who's a good running back,
Yeah.
who's got a lot of promise,
he
a high
might get
ceiling.
there. Yeah, he might
may
get
get there, right? But just, there's no doubt that I think the toughness, the physicality, the quarterback play will be the difference, I think, in this game.
This is the best quarterback in the country right now. That's a guy that's probably
Yeah.
going to win the Heisman, right? So I
Diego
think
Pavia,
the
but yeah.
NFL quarterback, Diego Pavia, he said. All right, so Ole Miss, Ohio State. Who are we going with there?
Ohio State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Right there
I
with
just
you.
have a hard time seeing Ole Miss being able to protect consistently with Trinidad Chambliss. I think him being undersized, too, may also be an issue in his success to be able to throw the football effectively against Ohio State and their team.
Well, you've seen
But
Sam.
the skill group matches up well against that secondary, considering what we just saw Indiana do to Ohio State.
All right, so we got Georgia versus Texas A&M. How do we feel about this matchup?
Georgia.
I like Georgia because they got a lot of injuries right now. Texas A&M is going to have to play an extra game. I think Georgia heals up, and I think they're going to take care of business there.
Yeah, and just the way that they manage the football game, the fact that they can win in different styles, I think is very impressive, and they really can do a little bit of everything to mix it up against Texas A&M as far as getting a win.
We have
I love the semifinal, by the way.
Yeah,
I think
this is awesome.
Great.
You know what's going to be fascinating about the quarterfinals? And Silent Chew in the chat just said this. He said the teams that got the bye are going to lose because last year, what did we see? Every single team that had a bye week ended up losing. It could play
Different
a factor,
scenario.
but I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to run into that same scenario. I appreciate you guys jumping into the conversation.
Remember, last year you had Boise State getting a bye. You had
Exactly.
That's true, too.
The way that the bracket is set up now is different. I think folks are going to remember.
And we'll
that
also
tomorrow,
see,
so.
too, coaches probably adjust the way they prepare going into that now.
100%.
So that'll be a difference.
This is fascinating.
This is
matchup.
awesome.
Oh my God! If we get this,
I hate that I even
talk
have to
about
pick this
box
game.
office.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord!
I'm just curious here because
Bring it up, Sam. All right.
Wow. That didn't help at all. That actually made it worse.
Read the schedule overall. Chance to win the CFP title. That's what
I
you
would've
wanted to
thought
look
it
at.
would've- I just thought it would have been
27%
higher
versus
for
9%.
Texas Tech. That's all.
Yeah.
For a team
Clearly,
that-
they just don't like Texas Tech's offense, right? As far as just the percentage go, right? Like what you
that's
guys
it
were saying
is.
earlier.
Yeah. And that was my problem with Texas Tech. Like defensively, I think they'll be in a great situation. But once again, you have the cancel outerer in Frank Mendoza when you talk about going up against a good defense because he's just so special at the quarterback position.
I would have probably gone with Texas Tech in this game originally, but after seeing Indiana run the football the way they did against Ohio State, the way they protected Mendoza as the game progressed, I do think that they can win that game against Texas Tech.
Part of me would
Texas Tech.
love a rematch between those two.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
kind of would like to see it, but I don't know. This is such a toss-up.
I'm going to Ohio State.
Ohio State is the better team on paper, but there definitely is something about Georgia and Gunner that I feel like I trust a little bit more. Right? I really do. And I
this
feel
is
like
a
Gunner
tough
will make the
one.
play. I'm going with Georgia.
You're going with Georgia.
I'm going with Georgia.
You'll
That's
sleep,
me.
you'll
Sorry,
sleep-
America.
You can sleep on it tonight because we do have another show tomorrow. We're going to break down this entire bracket. when it is
Indiana wins
finalized.
this game.
Indiana wins the game.
Indiana wins this
All right,
football
we
game.
have.